Well, we're here at the Kennedy Space Center conference. It's called Space, and if you've never been here, I highly recommend it. It's a bunch of workshops, and most importantly, you get to meet a lot of professionals in the field, not just education, but space and science and STEM. So it's very exciting for educators to come here because you get to network, get ideas, and most importantly, get inspired to. So, as homeschool educators, we have the opportunity to also come here and join Space if you're interested. They have it every year. I think it's a benefit for homeschool parents to come and check this out because there's opportunities that you're not going to find anywhere else for the kids. Today we saw rockets being built. We got to see different activities that we could do for free with the kids that are provided not just by Kennedy Space Center and their education department, but also by Blue Origin and other big organizations that are dedicated to empowering the youth and getting them into the space program. So if you are ever in this area at this time of the year, it's usually in June, I highly recommend checking it out as homeschool families. So one of the best parts about coming to Kennedy Space Center is that the children and yourself, you get to go to the different exhibits, just like the ones right here behind me. The one you can see behind me is the Gateway building, and they have interactive displays for the children with touch screens, and they also have a ride, and it's a simulation. So I highly recommend you checking that part out. There's also different items and things that you can see that have been to space. So the kids, if you want to get them excited about science and space, you should come. So the most important thing that I have gotten from this conference this year is that as educators, whether you're a formal educator or an informal educator such as a home educator, you have the chance to inspire these children that are going to be our future into what is now the new space program. You know, we are going to see Artemis 2 hopefully next, I believe it's April that it's scheduled for, where they're going to be going to the moon with a manned flight, and then Artemis 3 where they're actually going to be on the moon. So as educators, this is our opportunity to inspire these children to be part of that. And doesn't mean be an astronaut. There's going to be opportunities in different types of jobs: welding, being an electrician, programmer, design. There's so many things and opportunities that are going to come up. Definitely look into those opportunities for your children. And now we'll leave you with this awesome video that was presented at the 2025 Space Conference for Educators by NASA.
Let's go fly. Our spaceport is proud to support the agency's goals to return to the moon in preparation for Mars. Our cooperation with commercial companies and international partners is greater than ever before as NASA embarks on a new and exciting era of space exploration. At Launch Complex 39B, the uncrewed launch of Artemis 1 was an exciting first step on our way back to the moon. Now, we are hard at work preparing the hardware, systems, and processes for the crewed Artemis 2 mission. Targeted for 2025, Artemis 2 will crew the Orion spacecraft and the Space Launch System rocket when the 4-astronaut crew ventures around the moon on a 10-day flight and returns safely to Earth. Meanwhile, we are launching missions to the International Space Station, continuing the research that helps us solve problems on Earth while proving capabilities we need for long-duration human space exploration. Microgravity, low Earth orbit, offers a unique environment to study disease formation, test diagnostic tools and treatments, and advanced technologies like computers and robotics. NASA and our commercial partners are expanding the ability to launch crews, science, and cargo to the orbiting laboratory, which will ensure sustainable operations on the station for years to come. Nearby, in the Space Systems Processing Facility, teams are developing other exciting technologies we will need to live and work on the moon. Plant researchers are experimenting with new ways to grow food in space, and engineers are working on projects like 3D printing capability to build structures on the moon. rovers, and instruments to find resources to help sustain a long-term presence, and electrodynamic dust shield technology that can repel the abrasive moon dust to protect our astronauts, their vehicles, and sensitive equipment. NASA's commercial providers help us launch a range of science missions that study our Earth, explore other planetary bodies, and reveal more about the origins of life and our universe. NASA works with both emerging and established commercial providers for launch and landing opportunities. These efforts benefit the U.S. economy and help grow the commercial market. By helping commercialize low Earth and cislunar orbits, NASA can reduce the cost to explore space and maximize benefits here on Earth. Another Kennedy team in the Space Systems Processing Facility is developing NASA's deep space commercial supply chain to procure the services needed to transport cargo, equipment, and consumables needed for human exploration of the Moon and Mars. For Artemis 3 and beyond, NASA will rely on commercial partners to support a regular cadence of moon landings. Our commercial partners are doing exciting work to develop the next generation of spacecraft and landers. The spaceport offers a prime location for companies like these to consolidate their manufacturing, testing, integration, and launch services in one location, helping them save costs while leveraging the spaceport's unique expertise and capabilities. Kennedy has supported growth at the spaceport through key power, water, and transportation upgrades and investments in fiber telecommunications. Through our master planning process, we will continue to forecast and plan improvements to enable responsible development into the future. And I couldn't be more proud of all the people at the Kennedy Space Center who make this all happen. You know, the processing, the integration, the launch operations, all carefully working together with our partners, with the Space Force, and with our NASA programs. The future's coming fast. Kennedy Space Center is leading the way. We're not just launching humanity's future, we're launching to the moon and beyond.